Hello my friends. So today I wanted to give you a summary of what was done in terms of our short film, the progress that we made, and especially it's important for people who are supporting us, so you guys know where the time goes. First of all, and the most important, I was finally able to finish the model of Dragon. I can tell you how much important is this, because the more details that you put in the model that you are creating, the more details later the viewer will be able to see on the screen. So this work took me 7 months to complete. This is insane. I never in my life did something so much detailed and so much precise as this dragon model. The precision to the real-life animal is very important, because one thing, if you are creating something generic, something that doesn't have the comparable twin in real life, right? So just some random creature, let's say it's a dragon from Game of Thrones, right? They are just generic dragons that never existed before, and you can basically be very free in your artistic vision there. You have no limits. While here, I am basically taking this animal and adding anatomically correct real-life wings to it. And the task here is more difficult, because you basically have to repeat all the little details, all the little scales, all the little crevices that this animal have, and repeat it in the 3D model. It was insane work. It took me not only learning the real-life animal, but also I believe around 300 reference photos of him just to be able to create this model. So I am very glad that this very important stage of work is done. This stage of work is behind. So what's coming next? So for the last 2 weeks, together with this wonderful, amazing artist Throng, we were creating the rigging system for this dragon. And what that means is basically, for someone who is completely not aware in how the 3D animations work. So basically you take this 3D model that was created in the beginning, and then you put the digital bones inside his body. So let's say it's a neck and it consists of bones, right? It's a hand and it has bones inside. It's a shoulder, it has bones inside. It's a jaw, it has bone inside. The skeletal system, even the whelp, it has this bone here. So what we do, we create all those little digital duplicates of the inner structure that holds the muscles and the skin on top. So it took us around 2 weeks with this wonderful guy, and if not his help, it took me another half of a year, because he is a great professional, very experienced person, and mainly very open and positive. So together we were able to do this rig. We almost finished, we are in the process. So after you do the bones, you have to create the controllers for those bones. So let's say if you want to move the hand, the elbow of the dragon, you cannot take the bone and move it. You have to create the controller that sits on top of that bone and then move it. It's a very interesting process, but it's time consuming. So we are almost done, and right now we are on the stage where Throng is working on the spikes. I'm telling you, it's more complex thing than launching rockets to Mars. This is no joke, because every spike has its own movement, and every spike has muscles that control the movement of those spikes. Same for the whelp. You see how it's moving. In 3D we have to make the model move the same way. And the artist who is helping me, Throng, he is magician, that he's able to create all those structures for the spikes, for them to look natural, for them to look real, for them not to be distorted while the whole body is moving. And they make each spike move separately from each other and not being messed up like it is usually visible on simpler models. So you see right now we are on this stage, and I hope this stage will be done soon. After that we plan to do the materials. So what does that mean? Right now if you look at the renders that I'm doing, they're very simplified. And they are simplified for the reason to work on the inner structure of the body. So we have the control of the bones. Next step is put on top of those structures to put the realistic textures. So the skin will have the same color, skin will have the same textures, the same highlights, the same specular levels, the same subsurface scattering, and it's a whole big process as well. So it's like the third big step in creating the character for animation. And once this is done, I will switch to basically start basically animating. You see, animating is much closer to our goal to make a short film than it was in the beginning, like when we just started work on the model. So I'm happy that the work is moving forward. I wanted to make the videos like this more frequent to explain you guys what is going on. Our goal with every day is closer and closer. I want to say huge thank you from my heart to all our supporters and subscribers on Patreon and on Instagram, and I ask you guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do, because support right now, financial support, is very important, because the production of this kind is super expensive. If you believe in dreams, if you believe in magic, and if you believe in our project, I will be very thankful for support. The links to Patreon is in the description. You can also subscribe on Instagram. I see so much support from you on our social media, and a lot of people sharing this dream to create a real life dragon, the same as me, and I'm very happy to see that. Thankful to you guys. See you later with more updates. Much love.